Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I have on my Think for Yourself shirt, Totally Awake Exjw. And that's something that we all should be doing, thinking for ourselves. Now the title of this video, Waking Up for Watchtower, from Watchtower, Like Heaven, Like Hell. I chose this title because I thought it would be pretty interesting. As many of you may know, I am a mother of three. I have a son who's 7 years old, and then I have two daughters that's 4 and 3 years old. Now, you may also know by listening to my previous videos that my girls are just 10 months apart. And my son was just 3 years old when I had them both. He can actually say, when I was 3 years old, I became a big brother to two little sisters, and they're not twins. But you can imagine, everywhere I go, people are asking me, are they twins? And it started when my youngest was very young because she was a little plump, juicy baby. And then my older daughter was a petite baby. So it started when they were very young. People asking me, are they twins? Or people just seeing me with so many young kids. And I always get a lot of attention. And they're just like, you got your hands full. And they're just asking questions. They're just curious, like, how did you do that? And a lot of times I'm just having to assure people, yes, they're all mine. Yes, they're 10 months apart. How does that happen? That happens when you're 10 weeks postpartum and you take a positive pregnancy test and come to find out you're already 4 weeks pregnant. That's how that happens. Okay. But, I describe to people when they ask me, how did you do it? How was that? I tell them, well, jokingly, it's like heaven and hell. Heaven with all the sweet kisses, but hell with all that goddamn crying. You know what I mean? So, I thought about it, and that's a lot how waking up from Watchtower is. It's like heaven, but then it's like hell. And I wrote down just a few that I thought of, and I know the list goes on and on. So maybe we can elaborate in the comments and just get a discussion started because it's so many that we can think of where we can say waking up from Watchtower is like heaven and hell. One of the first things I thought of is you learn the truth. You learn the truth about the so-called truth, and that's heaven. You know, just learning so many truths, just learning the history that you had never even thought to Google, to start to research. You start researching that stuff and you get filled with all this knowledge and stuff that you didn't know about your own religion. So that's like heaven, like wow. But then it's like hell because you're learning about all the flip-flop doctrine, all the lies, all the false prediction, and you're coming to grips with, oh my God, my whole life was built on a lie. That's hell. That's hell, and it's so deep. It's deeper than I can just say. It's deeper than anybody can ever say. And a lot of times, when I'm talking about XJW stuff, and I am fortunate enough to know a few people that are XJWs personally, and I'd like to think that some of them I have had a hand in trying to wake up, and I'll get into those stories later on. Have to be careful, what I say. I don't want to put anybody on blast or put them out there when they're not ready to be out there. So I just got to be careful, but I am grateful. Um, just know that I am grateful, I am proud, and I know that these videos help. All the XJW videos, they help people wake up. But anyway, yeah, just talking to anybody, we always say it's deeper than we can even describe. It's deeper than we can even sit here and really talk about. Like, it's so deep, and you know what I mean. If you were raised in this cult, you know exactly what I mean. Like, it's so deep. It's deep. Okay, another one I thought about is it's like heaven because you get to be true to yourself. You get to be your true self. You get to be your authentic self. You know, there's, you can just tap into what you like to do, what you want to do, what you want out of life. And that's like heaven. Like it's brand new. It's like a breath of fresh air. But then you can also, on the flip side, be depressed and weighed down if you allow yourself to continuously think about um, the hell part of it. And that's the part where a lot of us may feel like we don't even know who we are, because Watchtower has tried to make us like these robots. And it's so funny because I just remember my mom always saying, Jehovah don't want no robots serving him. Well, that's kind of exactly what we're made to be, robots, because they telling us exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it. It sound like a robot to me. How to feel, what to think. We don't even have control over our own thoughts. You know, so a lot of times we're struggling with just who exactly we are. So yeah, another one I thought about was um, you get to befriend whoever you want. You no longer have to look only in this small circle for friendship, for relationship, for acquaintances. um, you can be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. And that's really cool that you don't have those restrictions anymore, because I know it was tough for me growing up. And I wanted to be friends with so many people, but it wasn't allowed. And I couldn't understand why. Like, man, these are good people. There's nothing wrong with them just because they don't go to the Kingdom Hall, just because they don't serve Jehovah. Well, they believe in God. So you mean to tell me that they God ain't nobody? They God is really the devil, really. I mean, that's what we were taught to believe, that if they wasn't serving the Jehovah and the Kingdom Hall, then they was worshiping the devil. And they didn't, not even knowing that they was worshiping the devil, unknowingly. Because if you're not serving the one true God, the only person left for you to worship is Satan. And not even knowing it, everybody, the whole world is on Satan's side. They worshiping Satan the devil. They didn't even know. I thought they love God. You got devout people in the church, think they really just doing something. And we were taught to look at them like beneath us and really ignorant, dumb. Like, you think you know the Bible, you think you know God, you know nothing. You don't even know God's name, Jehovah, right? Which is a made up name. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. Um, yeah, so you get to befriend whoever you want to befriend. Um, so that can be really exciting. But then at the same time, the hell part of that, that's heaven. But then the hell part of that is that you lose everyone that you once known. Everyone. Family, friends, mama, daddy, your kids. If you woke up and your kids didn't, and they're grown or whatever. And it's just sad. And then you think about, a lot of times you don't even know how to be friends to people. You wind up, somebody do something you don't like, you're shunning them, telling them not to call you, whatever. You don't even know how to be a real friend, because that's the culture that you used to. That's what you came from, shunning people and just getting rid of people that they don't do something the way you want, or the way you think it should go. And all of that is tough to deal with and to snap out of, and to say, okay, how do I treat people? How do I have friends? How do I um, you know be normal? How do I be normal? So that's like hell, because you're in the midst of losing everybody you ever known, and then trying to be a good friend to the new people that's in your life, or other friendships that you've built throughout time, maybe while you were in, or whatever. you know um, you're trying to adjust to just that circle of friends now. And it's hard, because these people that's in this cult that you left behind, those are the ones that you know all your life. Those are the ones that you build so many memories with. Those are the ones, if You know, like me, I'm just thinking about my parents. I can just remember just distinctly my mom telling me, I love you no matter what. I love you unconditionally. I love you unconditionally. You know what that means? No matter what. And she would actually tell me that, but she never stopped to tell me, um, in case you start believing in my God, Jehovah, and this religion right here, then I'm gonna stop loving you. Then the love ain't gonna be so long no more. You know, she never told me that. So there's really no way to prepare for that, you know. And I want to make a whole nother video about that. Like, it's no way to prepare for shunning. No way. Like, you know, a lot of people may be like, well, you know, you knew they was going, you knew how they was, or well, why did you do this? If, you know, one person told me in my first video, well, why did you I wish I could read this comment right now because I actually laughed like, well, why did you marry outside of your religion? You know that that's unequally yoked. You know that that's just wrong. Like, it's my fault that I'm being treated a certain way by the members of this religion just because I married somebody that's not in a religion, like, or whatever the difference may be. Like, that's not an excuse to treat somebody that you supposedly love like crap. That's not an excuse to just ignore somebody and act like they're non-existent, or you know, it's just not an excuse. um it's tough when you realize that all these people you thought that would love you unconditionally, I mean, come on, your parents, there's no way to prepare for your parents drawing back their love for you. And you know, there's no, how can you prepare for that? Like, okay, if I come out and say I don't believe in this religion no more, my mom is gonna just straight up stop dealing with me. I I I can't prepare for that. It just it just had to happen. Like, I'm still gonna put in this disassociation letter because I want to have no parts of this, you know. But there's no preparation, you know. So that's definitely hell. Um, just dealing with that loss of all those people that you love, and just knowing that they're still stuck in, and they still have this whipped mentality, um, this sick mentality. Their mind is under arrest, you know, and you having to leave them behind. So that's like hell, you know. And then just to think with this whole pandemic going on, that they're just getting sunk in more to believe that, yep, this is the truth, it's about to happen. And it's just like, that is so sad. Like, you want them to wake up. You want them to wake up so bad, and it's just hell. Just knowing that you're awake and the people that you loved so much are you have to leave them behind. That's hell. But heaven, what's heaven about it is you get to find out what unconditional love is, and show it to the people that is in your life, um, and going to be there regardless, like your kids or whatever, you know, friends, family that you have that's not in the cults, you know. But for me, it's definitely like heaven because I know exactly how to love my kids because of how I feel like I'm not being loved the way someone should be loved by their parents. Like, I'm never going to shun my kids, ever. Like, I know how to show unconditional love because what I've been shown is a whole bunch of conditional love. So you know what to do, and that's like heaven, knowing that you can do something better. But again, it's like hell, just knowing, just to see how conditional, the love is from people that you thought loved you unconditionally. So definitely, that's like hell. It's like heaven being able to celebrate the holidays now, but it's like hell because many of us may feel like we don't know how to celebrate the holidays. We may feel anxious, um, or some of us may choose that, hey, we didn't celebrate it our whole lives. We're still not going to celebrate it. We just don't even know how to get into it. And it really sucks because it's a part of our culture here in the States, and just it's fun. And I have a lot of fun. I do celebrate the holidays. I do get anxiety and anxious, and especially around like Christmas. And my husband just has to tell me sometimes, "Hey, babe, calm down. It's not all about that. It's not that serious. It's okay." Because I'll be like running around like, "Oh, we gotta get this, we gotta get that. The kids want this. I want them to have this," and I'll just be going crazy. And it's not all about that. So, and then like gift giving, my husband is really good at gift giving, and it'd be harder for me to get something that's meaningful and special. Like, I didn't do this all my life. I didn't see it done, nothing. My dad gave nice anniversary gifts to my mom, so I did get to watch that growing up. But yeah, it's just new, and it is like Kevin being able to experience these things. But when you still just have that deep indoctrination, it is like hell when it can still just hold that grip on you a little bit and make you either feel anxious or just feel like you don't want to participate at all still, and you're still kind of just missing out. Which some people may not feel like they're missing out. That's just who they've become. Like, I don't celebrate holidays. I've never done it, and I don't want to do it now. Um, but just that confusion and just not knowing who you really would have been had you not been influenced or indoctrinated from birth or whenever. It's just like hell, just that wonder. Who would I have been? What would have been my mindset, my viewpoint on things? Um, Another thing that's like heaven is the door is open for so many opportunities when you're no longer a part of this cult. The sky's the limit. Like, no longer will Watchtower dictate, you know, what job promotion you can take, what friends you can be around, anything. Like, they can't dictate anything. Like how many kids you have, or whether you have kids, nothing. Whether you go to school, whether you don't. They're not there to dictate any of those things. So the sky's the limit. You have a slew of opportunities. You just have to go get them. And then it's like hell if you allow yourself to, you know, sit back and think about all the opportunities that you missed. Whether it been that promotion or that person you really liked that you wanted to date, but you didn't because they didn't know Jehovah or whatever. Like, you can start to thinking about, man, like all those years and time that I wasted being in this cult. So that's like hell. That's definitely like hell. Um, it's just like heaven, just knowing that, man, these people were wrong. They misled me, and I don't have to listen to them anymore. And it is like hell, just trying to find your way. Now what? It's like hell. But I want to encourage everybody that you will find your way. And I want to also say that, yeah, I jokingly say, you know, having a baby so close, um, it's been like heaven and hell. Heaven with the sweet kisses, hell with all the crying. But I tell you one thing, I would not trade my children and the time frames that I had them and the age difference apart. I would not trade that for the world. Like, I love it. My kids are the best of friends. I mean, my girls are so close. I mean, I love it, and I would not trade it for the world. Like, I was a tired mama. I still am. But I love it. I love it. It's awesome. And that's the same thing. Same way I feel about my awakening. Yeah, it was like heaven and hell waking up, but I would not trade it for the world. I'm glad to be awake, and I hope you are too. Just remember to think for yourself. And I may be uploading another video that was previously recorded. I'm going to go ahead and just throw out there. I was procrastinating, but need to get it out. It's been a year since I uploaded my first video, My Awakening from the Jehovah's Witness organization. So if you've never seen that, please go check that out. I'm very proud of that video and very excited that it's been up for a year now. So I want to just continue to get some more content out for you guys. And I'll see you later. I am going to do that. I'm going to do that because I stay on myself about it, and it's driving me crazy. I'm not done. I'm not done with this. I'm not done talking. I'm not done sharing. I'm not done helping. So I'll be back.